Alright everybody, I want to show y'all where we're at with this thing. Didn't get nothing mechanical done to it, but I wanted to show y'all I got it all cleaned up and ready. We're waiting on. I didn't tell everybody in the video either because I'm assuming y'all are on my Rusty 411 group on Facebook. But this is Jennifer's dad's car, and he's disabled vet, and he's wanting to build a hot rod, money permitting, what he can do to it. I did get it running pretty decent. A lot of it was electrical connections. It's still not perfect, but it's way better than it was. Let me set y'all down and get the hood open again. I cleaned off years of dirt and mud and whatever else, oil. And it's actually running pretty decent now, but down in there is where it was leaking. You can see how clean it is now. And cannot get this black paint off. I tried. I'm going to have to strip it all down. If we end up putting a carburetor on it, I'll do away with all that. But really got to see what he has the funds to do to this thing. He's wanting me to make a drag car out of it and go to the track on the weekends, but I don't have time to do this and that. I mean, I've tried that before. It doesn't work. So we'll see where it goes. But I want to show y'all underneath this thing. This car is totally cool. I'm telling you, perfect. Nobody's ever messed with this thing. He told me he got it from an older couple, and usually that's what everybody says when they're selling them, but this thing's still got, see the pinion snubber up in there? The pinion snubber's still on it, not damaged. All the sway bars are still under the back of it. Everything. Even the dampeners are still in there. All the bushings are good. The only thing that's been done to it is somebody's put exhaust on it. But look at the floor of this thing. You couldn't ask for a better car to fix up. The only spot that I found on it where some dumbass put a jack in the wrong spot, which is what happens to these. I've seen the floors all beat up. You can see my hand, see right there where we can fix that pretty easy though. Just roll it back over. But that's the only spot I could find on it. Transmission's all cleaned up. But I'm telling you guys, this is a good car to do. I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm sorry about the weird angles, but I'm kind of under here. Let's get back out. Get that radiator in my Jeep. I got to move this car where we can video it. I'm going to do some tests on it, on the system, the cooling system in it. Take another look under it. It's still got all the rubber plugs in it. I mean, but I think the first thing we'll do is go ahead and put the subframe connectors on it where it doesn't get messed up in the doors and stuff, because what they'll do is they'll start getting to where it's hitting up in here and it don't want to close and stuff. You start twisting on these things with a little bit more power. But I got it running pretty damn good. A lot of it was just all the connections. I think the most part of it was the vacuum line was broken going to the EGR, and that had it hunting idle big time. But it's running decent. It's been sitting a long time. The belt, you know, stupid stuff like that we got to do. But we're gonna see where he wants to go with this thing. I mean, as far as it being drivable, it's drivable now. But still got to do the clutch cable. But he hasn't got me one yet, so, and the rack and pinion before I can let it go. But the way it's turning out, I don't know where we're going to go with it yet, but it is a nice car. I really like it. I like cars that ain't gutted and stripped out. But see under the front of it even. Now I did wash it a lot now, guys. I'm not acting like it came like this. But see how somebody's changed the bushings and the sway bar and stuff? The hell, that might be the factory ones, because that looks like factory shock. But I really do think this thing's got 91,000 on it. Somebody's been monkeying with the timing. See how they got that orange paint on there where they can see it with the timing light? But all the leaks were coming from the valve covers and that distributor. And I got the timing set on it too, and that helped a bunch too. But I'm going to take her down off the jack stands. We're going to get the Jeep up here, and we're going to put that new radiator in it after we test and see where the stock radiator's dropping it with the stock set up. Because I drove it the other day, and the reason it was wanting to creep up on me and idling at the store was the belt. The belt was brand new on it, and the belt had stretched a little bit, and it got a little loose. Because when I got home the next morning, I cranked it up, and it was squealing on the air conditioner, so it was a little bit too loose. But we needed the alternator anyway. I mean the radiator anyway, because when I get out here in the woods and I ride and ride and ride and ride, it's just too hot. It just, you know, if you push on it much in the dead of summer, when it's 90-something degrees, it will start to get hot on you. So we're going to fix that. I hooked those fans up last night with my power supply, and holy shit, they move some air. I don't ever see it running hot with that new setup in it. But what we're going to do is we're going to run it up to temperature. The Jeep, we may go drive it, bring it back with the radiator that's in it now, with 50-50 antifreeze. And we're going to shoot it with a temp gun on the end to the radiator, the out to the radiator, see what kind of temperature drop we got from one side to the other of this setup versus the new setup. And we'll see just how much it drops it compared to this. And a lot of that too with mine running, wanting to get warm on me on the highway, was I've changed the gears, as y'all all know, and the RPMs are a little higher. So the higher you get in RPMs, the more the clutch fan wants to kick out on you. So that could be causing me an issue too. But we're going to do a dead idle test with this radiator, which is in good shape. It's not, you can see it in there. It ain't. It's fairly new. I just put it in there. Shit, it wasn't too long ago, but time to upgrade. But we're gonna see what this one's doing versus the other one, and we'll get this car out of the way. I'm pretty much done with it for now. I hate to even pull it out from under here, out of under the shelter, but I think I'm gonna go get a car cover for it and stick it over there, out of the way. I thought I'd show y'all something else too that's still in this car. Y'all see this? Some of you guys, Mustang guys, will know what I'm talking about. That is always missing. It's the cover for that. I think Mr. Ben decides what he's going to do. I think I'm going to take the whole interior out of this car and clean the carpet and do all that stuff for him too. But it's running pretty decent now. It's amazing what cleaning some connections and putting a fuel filter on want to do, and fixing one vacuum line. But it still needs help. It's got a tumor right here. That's the water neck from somebody put too much antifreeze in it or something, and it's swollen up right there. We got to fix that. I mean, there's still lots to do on it. I just wanted to show y'all so far just from cleaning it. And that's what I do every time before I start working on something. Even my Jeep, that's why it stays so clean, because I can't stand working on greasy, nasty shit. So I'll wash it with a Purple Power and a pressure washer, everything, before I work on it. And it just makes the job easier, and it turns out better when you do it that way. But yeah, you can see the clutch cable is just wanting to separate from the housing. Guys, take it easy. I'll be working on that radiator here pretty soon. We'll get it in there and hook it up and see how it goes. Y'all take it easy. I'll holler at you later. See you later.